Hey guys, today I'm going to review a brand new piece of software called the Lingo Blaster. What Lingo Blaster does is it takes your YouTube videos, so any videos you have on any of your YouTube channels, it will translate the titles and all the description to whatever language you choose. And I believe there's over 100 different languages that you can translate your descriptions and your titles to. Now, that's really important, and this is something actually I've been looking for a tool like this for a while, because you're really missing out on all my videos are done in English, right? So all my descriptions, all my titles are in English, which means that anybody who searches for a keyword that I may be using in English, but if they search for it in a different language, my video is not going to show up in those search results. All right, so I'm missing out on tons and tons of traffic. And what Lingo Blaster is going to do for you is a couple things. It's kind of a two-step process. Number one, like I said, it's going to translate your titles and your description into however many languages you choose. At that point, it's going to do what's called rankerize. And what that's going to do is inject your titles with the translated titles into your original descriptions so that it can actually be found in a search result. If somebody were to type in one of your keywords in a different language, you have now you have a chance for it to show up, which is huge. I mean, you're missing out on tons of traffic by just having things in English. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of things here first. I kind of want to show you in the background what's happening here. So first of all, I'm just going to flip over to my channel here, and one of my videos, this is the one we're going to translate in this review. And under translations here, you're going to see translated into, okay? And I have 0, all right, because it's all straight up English, all right? So it's not translated into anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do that translation. Okay, now the second thing I want to show you before we get into it is, I'm going to just open this up here. If I go into my browser and I change the default language here, and let's just say I choose Deutsch, okay, so I'm going to choose German. Pause that. You're going to notice that of course it's going to change whatever the YouTube text is, but my actual description, it still shows up as English. Okay, it's not being translated. It won't be seen as translated at all. Okay, so it's important to remember that right now. Okay, so we will actually go back to English here, and we'll do some translating, and then come back and take a look and see what it has done. All right, so hopping this is very, very simple to use. I believe the front-end offer, you can only connect one account, YouTube account. Make sure you read the sales page first to make sure that I'm not lying there, but I'm pretty sure it's one account. There is an upsell that you can have unlimited for that, okay? But otherwise, everything else is pretty much included here on the front-end offer. So the first thing you're going to do is just connect your YouTube account. Just takes 2 or 3 seconds to do. And then we can run right over into our Translate Videos area. Okay, now we can do some filtering by the accounts that we have hooked up or keywords and things like that. So I'm going to hop over to this account, and we're going to translate the video I just showed you back in my YouTube Creator Studio. All right, so very simple. All we need to do is select the videos that we want, and then click Next Step. Now, as you can see, my original language when I uploaded that video is English. Here are all of the different languages that we can use. Okay, so like I said, I think I'm going to do 2 for this, and I will do. Let's see here. Let's go with. Oh, here we go, right up on top. All right, so we got Spanish, and I'm going to do German as well. All right, so I have those selected. Good to go, and we can go to our next step. Now, here's the point where we can do a little customizing. At this point, you can edit either the titles or the descriptions right here if you choose, but you don't have to. But what we can also do is exclude some things from translation, and that is important to me because I want to always leave the actual name of the product. I want it always to be in English, okay? So I'm going to select that as excluded text. So anywhere in here now where I have that is going to just leave that particular thing alone, okay? So I'll just go ahead and save that. Okay, now right there I only have it up in my title. The second thing I want to do is I always want my URLs to also be not translated, okay? So I'm going to exclude those as well. And I think I've covered them all, so let me save those. All right, so now you're going to see it will highlight anything in here that I don't want to have translated. Okay, so you can go through yours and translate however you'd like, or exclude things from the translation. Okay, these are always going to be the top two for me: my URLs and, of course, the actual name of the product. Okay, now that I have that, I'm simply going to click Next Step and let it do its translation. Now, this can take, it says, up to 5 minutes, just depending on how many you have, how big your descriptions are. As you'll see, we're already done, so you can see it has translated. Okay, and we can remove it, we can translate it again, we can do whatever we want to do, and you can, of course, flip from tab to tab and see the translations, make any edits that you may want to add, or just simply leave it alone. But as you'll notice, it did not translate my name of the product or my URLs, okay, which is important. All right, at that point, very simple, publish. Okay, so we have that now. I'm going to go ahead and just close that. So our first part is done. Okay, so let's go and now take a look at my actual video. I'm going to go ahead and just refresh this and go over to translations. And now you'll see I have two. Okay, so I have it German and Spanish. Now, let me pop open my incognito browser here, and I'm just going to reload the video, and we're going to go ahead and take a look. Okay, there it is in English, which is the default. But let's go ahead and now take a look at the two that I did it in. Okay, so we have it in German. Well, let me pause that. I have it in German. Okay, so we notice we have that in German. And now you can see it's actually changed. Remember how I showed you before I did this, it was still in English, even though I was viewing it in, in German or in Spanish or whichever language I had chosen at that time, okay? So you can see that right here, we'll just pick that one. I believe that's the correct one. That I have it changed, and there I still have my same, URLs are fine, and my description is fine, but you'll notice the rest is translated, okay? And now we can move on to our second part, all right? And this is how simple this is, guys. I mean, this is going to be a short video because it's very, very simple to do. But that's our rankerize, okay? So now anybody who visits this video and has their default language on their browsers or their computers set to either Spanish or German is going to be able to view it in that language, right? They're going to see those descriptions in that language. But in the background, I'm still not going to get found if somebody searches with a foreign keyword, okay? I'm still not going to get found. It still looks like English to YouTube because that is my default. And that's where the rankerize comes in. So all I need to do, select that, select which ones I want to rankerize, hit next step, and we have finished reading the translations, so we're good. All right, so now we have them both completed already. All right, so we are good to go. And what we can do is now, at this point, what has happened is the Lingo Blaster has now submitted so that if any of these keywords are used from any of these languages, I'm going to get found. All right, and that is going to boost my traffic big time. So I've been looking around for software like this or something to do translation. I thought about paying somebody, to translate every time, but it gets expensive and it just takes too long. I don't want to wait for the translations every time. I want to do something like this. And you saw how fast this happened, right? I mean, you could whip through videos, you could do them, in batches too. You don't have to do it one at a time like I've just shown you. So it's as simple as that. Go ahead and, depending where you're viewing this video from, go ahead and click the links below to go ahead and check it out more. And guys, definitely this gets a big thumbs up for me. Love how fast it is. I had no problems, no bugs, came across no bugs when I did my review for the very first time when I opened up the app. Worked great. And now I've got some translations in there, so I'm really curious to see how this is going to help me out with my traffic. So go ahead and pick your copy up today.